Good evening. Hello, people watching, people tuning in for ETF2L Season 34 Premiership. This is the week 3 official. Between, we have the bus crew with Alba representing, and we have Sauna Slayers, AMS representing, I believe. And we're going to have 2 maps on CP Sunshine and CP Process. Joining me tonight is eepily on analysis. How are you, eepily?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty chill. I feel like this is going to be an interesting old game. I think it's going to be pretty dirty at times. You know, we got Sunshine and Process. They're both like historically quite dirty maps, especially for Pug players. And we've got a lot of Pug players in this server.
Pug players. I immediately think of I gotta say Nasboy. Ultimate Pug demo. Played against him, played with him. He knows what he's doing. And Alba, obviously, Nation, big Pug names. But we do see, I'm saying one side, but the other side as well, Sauna Slayers, huge names. So we all know their team. And it's going to be quite a clash, I gotta say. But it's I think Bus Crew, they're out for blood. They want to get their revenge for the BTS qualifiers. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's been an interesting road for Bus Crew already. We've seen them having some good games already. We've seen them having some dodgy games as well. I mean, from the Bus Crew's point of view, they're kind of going into this season as very much the underdogs in most matchups. They're not theoretically the strongest roster. There's even an argument to be made that even compared to their roster preseason, they might not be as strong, kind of swapping Ixie out for Nation fairly last minute. Perhaps, for, in the end, quite questionable reasons. But I think it's going to be pretty interesting. Like they've definitely got a lot to prove, not necessarily as individual players, but as a team, right? And they're the kind of team which, because they've got individually very, very talented players, and it's just sometimes maybe the team cohesion which can let things down a little bit. I feel like it's very, very possible to see them pull out some kind of big upsets just based on, some of the raw fragging potential. Like we see Alba completely go off, like you put him on a sniper, he'll just like hit the shots, right? He'll go absolutely like crazy. Martin, mechanically, he's an incredible medic. He's played right at the top for, years and years now. Like I said about Nasboy, people sleep on him sometimes, right? Because he's like that Pug demo. Who cares? What does he like really do? He's barely even like played the game. But I mean, like if dude's hitting every pipes, like he gonna make a difference.
That is Bus Crew sort of summed up a bunch of underdog players who are all like individually really like talented technically and mechanically, but always sort of underdog team. And I do agree with you there. They are in against most teams in this season, and actually things like most seasons in general and land as well. Bus Crew have been seen as a sort of underdog team, which is completely justifiable, to be fair. And we'll find out this official. I don't know how. I think Sunshine, I do believe, is going to be slightly more one-sided in the favor of Polygon and company. And I think Process, we're going to see a much tighter game. I don't know about you, but that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really. I think it's going to be difficult for Bus Crew on Sunshine. Specifically, I think a lot is going to come down to mids. We've seen Polygon and AMS absolutely like pounding on mids with their soldier aggression, because the way that Sunshine mid works, you've got a super high skybox, you've got a lot of big walls to like double jump off. There's a lot of things you can do in terms of soldier and getting big bombs. I think it's going to be really difficult for Mathers and Poison to have as much of an impact as we're going to see AMS and Polygon have, especially because AMS and Polygon, granted, they've played mostly before with Amazon Scout and Polygon and Soldier, but they have a lot of really good synergy already built up over a few seasons in terms of like just like the cooling structure and in terms of knowing how each other's play. I think it's going to be really hard for Bus Crew to deal with those mids. If they can deal with that a little bit, but at least kind of get some fairly even matchups in terms of mid fights, I think there's a distinct possibility they can just take Sunshine, make it quite messy, and at least give Sauna Slayers a run for their money. Like you said, they are the underdogs. They have been giant killers. I mean, Bus Crew did take down the Danish boys Lego at their own homeland. So I mean, you can never count them out.
Unfortunately, I was not present for that, which may be a reason why they were able to prevail. We'll never know.
We'll never know. Never know.
No, I'm not crying. I have some inside information. Actually, quite actually important. Actually, when I made the graphic picture with Alba versus AMS, the process meme where Alba is saying, shit, Here we go again. And there's Ams jumping, the soldier in process. That lovely picture. The sauna slayers actually messaged me. Kunu and Polygon were like, they were saying how it was so funny that that's actually true. That's literally what their mids are. With Polygon and AMS, they completely run rings around Albert and Nation, the scouts of Bus Crew, and they bomb them and crush them every single mid fight. And that's we could see that. We may very well see that. As we have seen Polygon and AMS doing incredible double bombs time and time again.
They're gigabrains, They're big smart guys. I'm just like trying to look at the rosters. I'm trying to see. I don't want to use the phrase saving grace for Bus Crew, right? But I'm trying to think of like, in terms of like player for player, who would I argue is stronger? And I feel like the biggest difference in terms of teams is I would actually say it comes down to medics, Martin as opposed to Sprite. This is Sprite's first season in Prem, third game in Prem now. He's incredibly inexperienced. Yeah, he's played about a bajillion pugs, but that doesn't get you quite that same experience as what your boy Martin's got, who's been playing at the top level of Prem for, seasons and seasons and seasons now. In terms of the other players, I feel like they're in some pretty difficult matchups, but I mean, maybe we can see Bus Crew play like the Uber game a lot more. Maybe they can play around the fact that they do have a more experienced medic. I would argue a more mechanically skilled medic. Maybe they can just play, I dare say, slightly slower than you'd necessarily see from a pug team. Play an Uber-centric kind of play style and take things from there. I mean, it's not really what we've seen much from Bus Crew. I can't imagine they're going to change their, entire play style just for this official, but I mean, it's not impossible. Stranger things and all that.
With having played with Martin for 2 seasons and 2 lands, I'll say that his arrows on point. Yeah, his movement on fleek. Yeah, but I'll tell you what, being that combo demo, having those Ubers, I'll tell you what, it was stressful now and again. It really was, because he milked it like a motherfucker. He milked those Ubers like he had his own farm. Like he had 20 cows he had to look after. He was a milking machine. And sometimes, it did cost us. Sometimes he did get out too much full fat milk. But it's maybe he's come up. Maybe he's improved about those Ubers. But I do agree with you about that with the medic comparison. But Sprite is, I do rate Sprite. I've seen him in pugs. He has got potential for really good comms and really good synergy. And again, when you compare each player to the other team, flank scout to flank scout, pocket to pocket, etc. I do have to agree with you with the skill gaps, with the level differences.
Yeah, I don't know. There's only so many things we can go through in terms of saying about how it's underdogs versus what is theoretically the second best team playing in the season. So what I'm gonna do? What are you gonna do? I feel like there may be some viewers sitting there and being like, I know Bus Crew, but this is looking slightly different. Who's that guy? Who's that boy over there? Never heard of him before. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a classic casting technique. And I'm actually just going to remind everyone what the roster is, because Bus Crew, it is a roster that changes, right? And it is something which is quite important. Like I said, there's been little bits of drama, right? With Martin on Medic, Nasboy Demo, Mathez and Poison on Soldier, Albert and Nation on Scouts, right? It's a very, very interesting roster because you have some fairly, like a decent bit of inexperience in terms of Nasboy. I would argue Mathez is incredibly good as a player, but he's still, compared to a lot of the other players in the server, pretty inexperienced. Nation on Scout as well, like considering they've been playing with Ixie up until basically week 1 itself. It's a weird roster on paper, right? Like it's a kind of roster where you look at and you kind of think they're kind of going to get owned, and yet we have seen some pretty good stuff. They did take a map, I believe, off the Frenchies only a week or 2 ago, something like that. It's just they got magic. I feel they got some magic on them.
I did actually take a look at the logs for Bus Crew for their scrims before the official. It was actually against a sort of like a Ascent 7 mix, and they were able to conquer them the first map 3-1. Bus Crew winning 3-1 the first map scrim, and then losing very close 1-0 the second map. Against big players, Captain, Pappy, Classy. I'm not sure what classes they were playing, but it was a mix regardless. And maybe they've got some momentum. coming from that first map win, 3-1. 1-0.
Oh.
1-0, very close. We do just get word that the pocket soldier for Bus Crew, aka Poison, aka Mr. Frederick Cotton, is just updating his TF2 game to keep up to date with the Halloween changes. Apparently he has a turtle paste download speed, so please bear with us.
I feel like it's pretty interesting, the fact that Valve themselves don't want the Bus Crew to win or even have 6 players in the server. So as always, shout out for dropping an update about 10 minutes before this game. It's spooky times all around. I appreciate that, but I have total faith in Poison. You know what I'm going to say?
What are you
I
going
think,
to say?
I think they're going to be pretty keen as soon as Poison gets in the server. So I'm not going to waste any time. I feel like we need to start laying down some predictions right now, right? Now, I like to tend to go against whatever my co-cast is saying, just because I feel like that makes things more interesting, and I get to BM a little bit more. Problem is, I feel like this might be a bit of a clear-cut game. What do you reckon? What's your prediction going to be? Let's say Sunshine first.
All right, Sunshine. I'm a talk from my brain.
Ooh.
My brain first, and,
not your heart.
Man, heart second. Look, you put logic first, and then emotions second. I'm gonna say Sauna Slayers gonna take Sunshine 4-1. This is a Bus Crew on Sunshine. That's my brain. That's my brain. A pretty decisive victory. Sort of like maybe like a heart. My heart would be saying, ooh, let's say Golden Cap, and then Bus Crew win the Golden Cap on Sunshine.
See, I think it's interesting. Based on very, very recent events of Sauna Slayers versus a slightly weakened Ascent, I feel like if they can go equal with an only slightly weakened Ascent on Sunshine, like, in the most hopeful optimism in the world, the Bus Crew ain't Ascent, right? Like, they're not the same caliber of team. I feel like if Sauna Slayers can go equal with them, then I think it's gonna be pretty clear cut, like Sauna says. I think it's a massive uphill struggle. I feel like if there's a chance that the Bus Crew has to get points, it's going to be on Process, a map which they all individually know much, much better. I think it's been said like a billion times. Like, Sunshine is a map which has been in the season for ages, and yet people still play it really weird and like don't quite understand it. Like, people always liken it to Process, but it's got, at least from my point of view, and I feel like from other people's point of view, it's got a really, really weird dynamic. Like, pushing last on the Sunshine is a very different experience to pushing last on Process. Teams treat it completely differently, and there's a way, way lower success rate.
Yeah, Sunshine has always boggled me a little bit as well, despite being in the map pool for most of the time. To be fair, Process is just that sort of trademark Sixers map, wouldn't you say, alongside Gully Rush and State Water. So that's why people find it a much more sort of linear and straightforward map rather than the not obscure but still kind of obscure CP Sunshine. Yeah, Bus Crew. How about Process? What do you think? Predictions for Process, eepily?
I think we're much closer. I think ultimately Sauna Slayers has got too much raw firepower, like, to really drop points in the game overall. I think it will be much closer, maybe like a round or two maximum. But realistically speaking, I feel like Bus Crew is just going to have too much difficulty getting through the kind of powerhouse of the soldiers on Sauna Slayers and the scouts as well. Like, we've not even said anything about them. Kudo and Scruff, like, they're crazy scouts. They're absolutely like wild.
I do agree with you. About the scouts. The canoe, the Gunu. He's a menace in pugs. He is a pug stomper, I gotta say. And in the scrims as well, and playing against him, yeah, he's up there. You do notice him. Scruff, he had, like, when he was with Feint in Copenhagen and that season, yeah, he was completely popping off. I think a little bit. He's still de-rusting just a tad bit. I do think that is worth a mention, but still on that proper par level in oh dear, I'm pissed.
The BM,
I'm pissed.
The BM is so good.
Nah, what just happened?
Were you guys missing chat?
What's in the chat? Now I'm pissed.
Saying, sorry, bro, taking default. I got work in the morning, and then all of us sent simultaneously DC.
That's
how you get in their brain. That's how you get in their brain,
I'm mad. Please say they're joining back.
They're all sitting there in that server, right? They're just being like, dude, what's going on? What's going on? You're freaking them out, you know?
No, please, I'm pissed right now. And now my chatbot. Oh wait, they're joining back.
They're back. We're back, boys. We got a game.
Yo, what the hell is going on, my man? Hold on, now my game's all messed up. What? This is.
And Poison's here. Oh my god, boys, we've got it.
This is rocked to me. Now my game's messed up.
12 on the server.
Hold on,
I'm excited.
I pressed the chat log, and then it messed up my game because I couldn't move it. So now I've got to reload TF2. All right, so we're going back in. We've got all 12 in server. Are you being legit, eepily? Is this true?
We have Poison's in the server. There's 10 more gentlemen, and I think there's only one player missing from the side of Ascent now because Prem players, you can't trust him.
From Sauna Slayers, not Ascent. From Sauna Slayers.
That one. Oh, my bad.
Because to be fair, those like the two, I get messed up as well with these two different Sauna Slayers and Ascent. Because obviously, like this roster of current Ascents, this Ascent roster has also been Faint and Swift. Very, very confusing for my little 20 IQ brain. I don't know about you, but I've always been a bit baffled by
that. Yeah, I'm not a smart person at the best of times. I will be honest with you. The whole, Ascent, Faint, Swift, Choke Busters, that conglomerate is just messes with me. And now these guys are messing with me.
The TF2 conglomerate, yeah. We're going to see Poison joining very, very soon. I think we are seeing Sauna Slayers and Buster getting a bit tired of just DMing. They want to get into the fight. They want to get into the mid fight. They want to start this bloody game and get on the move before they just start getting a bit tilted because they're taking so long.
They're on their phone right now. They're Snapchatting. I don't know if people still use Snapchat in 2019. They're on their WhatsApps. They're playing Pokemon Go. Does no one play that? Actually, Martin plays that. Martin plays the absolute hell out of Pokemon Go. This is the kind of fun facts you can expect from TF2 delays.
I'm not quite on the Pokemon Go sort of streak, sort of hype. I never actually downloaded the app. I'll be completely honest. I never once clicked on the app in the App Store.
We're not going here.
Oh,
we're not giving them advertising.
Oh, I see. Well, it's a bit of a dead game anyway. Unlike TF2, but we are still waiting. Ooh. So we've got to wait just a little bit for good friend Poison Frederick Cotton. But we are seeing lovely jumps actually from Polygon and Sprite. But Sprite's actually on the medic class. That will we won't be seeing that in game, I'm afraid.
All right, we're gonna make some predictions. Jon. We're going to do predictions that matter. Most air shots is going to be Polygon. I'm betting you a hat.
He just hit one now.
Polygon. That's what I'm saying. God. That's what's up. Most frags is going to be Kunu. I bet one hat on each. You taking it?
I'm gonna say most air shots actually going to Mafez.
Okay.
And then most frags will actually be Nasboy. I'm gonna say
I love your optimism.
I'm gonna say most frags going to the way of Nasboy. Most air shots for Mafez. And then most health packs taken. Probably I'm gonna say
health packs.
I'll say Polygon. I'll say Polygon purely because he's just a roamer, and I've already chosen Mafez for one. So what else is highest scattergun accuracy? I say Kunu.
Yeah, I mean, dude. In fact, Kunu did message me a couple of days ago saying that he bought Kovacs, right?
Yes, the aimer
season
sort of thing.
Scout of the season,
It's already done, is it? Like oh, I see. Is that how that thing works? Damn.
Yeah. If you buy Kovacs, you just become 14 times better at the game.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I'm gonna say most headshots will actually go to. I think I will go Alba on this one. I think we've all seen Alba Sniper. We've all seen it here and there. I've been on the same team as it when I've seen it. It's been casted. We all know a Swede can snipe. So I'll go most headshots for Alba. How about any drops? Do you think we're going to see any drops? Do you think, eepily?
Yes, many.
Yeah. Same. Yeah.
Sprite drops 2 times this map.
Sprite drops 2 times on Sunshine. I'm going to say Martin will drop 0 times on Sunshine.
Oh my days! There are 12 in the server.
We've done it,
ladies and gentlemen. We've done it. I'm going to thank everyone for bearing with us. We've done it as a team. We managed to get 12 people in the server, and the bus crew have readied up. Oh my days! We're going to be going live any second. I'm
just going to message Poison saying, "Start you rude word." There we go. because I want to get this man. I want to get this man pumped. I want to get him motivated. Because I want to see a game. I want to see a game.
We're doing it. We're going live. We've made it, boys.
Okay, it's going to be worth the wait, ladies and gentlemen, as we go into the first map of CP Sunshine. This is the ETF2L Season 34, Week 3 official between Bus Crew and Sauna Slayers, as we do see Smear taking the Flowers rollout, as does Naswell. Smear's actually slightly faster. Does look like a choke, bit of sticky damage on the med there. Looks like blue team is taking left side. Early bomb from Amazon left. Does get shut down. Poison getting melted by the scouts. And pulling up from the flank. Nice bomb into that tech. Nice bomb into that little hut there. Might take down Naswell. No, he doesn't. Albert taking down 2. Nation and Mathers getting 2 frags. Naswell does go down eventually to Polygon. Looks like it's going to be a slightly more decisive mid for Bus Crew, as Albert and Nation can lock down that valley area with some nice meat shots. And that's actually the first mid in the favour of Bus Crew. Wow.
Yeah, that was an impressive bid for Bus Crew. It was really, really patient play. They kind of almost let Sauna Slayers kind of put themselves in a bad situation. They kind of had so many of the Sauna Slayers players playing towards that Tetris, and the second Bus Crew managed to get some boys on some height, it was fantastic in terms of damage, and then they played it chill, you know. It's that 4 versus 3. They let Sauna Slayers get out because it's not worth taking that risk, you know. Winning mid, getting an equal situation, it's really all they could ask for there. They didn't need to overcommit, and it was really, really solid patient play. Now we're seeing Poison jumping on in straight through choke.
Well, unfortunate to not get in a nice rocket onto Sprite. Actually went for the air shot on AMS. Big respect for Freddy, I gotta say. Looks like they're gonna take it through Cafe, actually. Ascent, making their way through. Gonna just make some room, actually. There's Scout pushing on the left. Nation, meeting him in blue touch. He's getting so much damage on the Nation. There's Am jumping through the choke. Bit of space created, but not actually gonna lead to anything. But Smear's still just peeking that Cafe. And Scruff actually taking down Poison on the flank here, and might actually take down Nation as well. Pistol vs pistol. That's actually 2 frags! Scruff! Why did I say he was de-rusting? Never mind, I'm completely wrong. And Sauna want to keep this momentum going through actually mid here. But Busker actually getting 2 frags. Am's actually on the flank through choke, but actually landing in Cafe. Onto Martin. Martin actually gets forced. Am's nice actually force from him. Does a sliver out okay with 3 HP, but might actually get no, he doesn't get out. Nice air fight from Smear. Oh my god, Mathis gets destroyed eepily. Oh my god.
I literally, okay, we just saw like 4 individual situations just work out absolutely fantastically for Sauna Slayers. What in God's name is happening? Everything's working out. Like, they get 2 frags and a force and a cheeky layer pipe. Doesn't even matter that Ams dies now. Doesn't even matter.
And a sticky trap from last fight. Yeah, not really going to slow him down. And as Sauna Slayer's going to take this to second, and Martin's going to be building that Uber with his co-partner Alba. They're currently on 65 right now. Sprite with 100% Uber. Looks like they might actually go pretty fast with this. They're going to go through Shutter here in a second, but I think they have respected the speed of the Uber building, and I don't think they'll be going in. We're going to be taking top right now, but just spamming for their sentry. They must have realised now that both medics do have the Uber here.
Yeah, it's going to be some patient play on the side of Sauna Slayers now. They knew they just delayed a little bit too long. It was, you know, some teams honestly would go for that like full commit. They are at least peeking a little bit. They're trying to get some coordinated soldier spam on the top right, at least distract some attention to try and open up an avenue. But with a gun from Nation right in the middle of the floor, that's going to deny a lot. With Alba sniping as well, going to try and lock down the right side just a little bit. It's pretty good last to snipe on, to be honest. So it's going to be all on how Sauna Slayers tries to take some position here. Taking down the gun. Now that's a good start.
There goes down the sentry for Nation. Nation not happy with that. I do actually see he's repping the Dane hats, or it looks like it anyway. And Polygon actually go down to a sticky trap from Naspa. And actually 2 players, no soldiers on the side of Sauna Slayers right now. That's going to leave the blue team actually quite open to dry pushes. Very little spam coming out from Sauna Slayers, as no soldiers right now. Poise actually jumping in through balcony, making a bit of space actually, jumping around, distracting the scouts, but actually getting absolutely melted. But that's actually going to give Nussboy a nice pipe on the scruff. And there goes, oh no, Smear is amazing! Smear is so good, he puts Mathers, that's 2 pipes from the side of Mathers getting destroyed. Nussboy might actually get caught here in dungeon, unless he can call his boys to help him. But Polygon, nice bomb onto Albert to lobby that. And those Nussboy getting chased, but it's not, Bus Crew have been snowballed. This is really, really not good. And now Martin being such a weak use, but now they have traded Ubers. And Bus Crew do actually get spawners now. Nation actually get down by Smear. Smear's on a roll right now. And Mathis going down as well. Poison going to do some damage and point, but that's 1-0 for the side of Sauna Slayers, that eepily.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Another situation where Sauna Slayers, they had just complete control, you know? Yeah, they sacked in 2 soldiers, didn't really matter. They played nice and patient behind the points. Smear hitting those absolute massive pipes, and they just, they just got all the frags. It was so difficult for Busker to try and push out. They just kind of didn't call an end to a bad push. They kept feeding one after another. Then before you knew it,
we have seen. Sorry. We have seen that now and again from the side of Busker. And there's actually Smear taking the choke roll out. Looks like a different approach to this mid. To the right side, they're taking their own side. And nice bomb onto the Nation actually. Probably getting taken down straight away from Nation actually. And they're still fighting. There's better frags on the side of Busker, but their health is so low from both teams. There's actually frags in both ways. Sprite actually getting taken down from Poison. And so there's no heals for the side of Sauna Slayers right now. And they desperately need heals. Their health is really not good. And Martin actually getting pressured by Scruff. So close. Martin getting pushed down to 11 HP. But looks like Sauna Slayers are still just sort of peeking mid a little bit. And now Kuno does retreat through Valley.
It was another kind of mid where we're seeing really good patient play from Martin and specifically his scouts. Like the second they were in a commanding situation, exact same as before, they played nice and chill. Granted, Martin almost a little bit lucky to get out there on 11, a couple beef shots from the scouts on the side of Sauna Slayers, but I mean, they're getting themselves on these bids where they're getting some decent initiation, they're getting a couple frags, and then they're playing it patient. They're not going for the full wipe, they're just going for winning the mid, just through kind of sheer force of numbers and solid team play. Now they've got themselves a decent little Uber advantage, 25%, and they're moving towards Valley now.
Such really nice high bomb from actually Amos to pressure and Valley. And there's actually Polygon going really deep onto Martin. Martin actually staying very healthy. And there's another bomb from Ams. No frags from side of Sauna Slayers. That's 2 soldiers going down. And there's a nice little sticky trap from the point, which does pick up the Nation. Smear getting lots of frags, I must say. Very early onto this game. Must be onto 7 or 8 frags right now.
It's really important getting that frag just then. You saw the players on Buster ready to go immediately. They were like, right, we have 2 players advantage. They have no soldiers at all. We're going to start moving. The second Nation dies to those stickies, he's not going to cap point by himself, right? I don't believe any of their soldiers are on pain train. So then it's like, okay, we kind of need a scout capping point, but you need a scout and Uber as well. From that, they actually managed to completely negate the bus crew push. Really solid stuff. I mean, maybe it was a blind death, but it was really impactful. So Smear's doing work. Old man Smear. He's doing it.
Smear. Not too old yet, I gotta say. Not too old yet. There's Kuno. He was just spy checking then, just checking in classes. The only off class beside the basket is Nation and Sniper. Kuno getting the first headshot, sorry. Receiving the first headshot. Nation winning that duel so far, but he was buffed to actually survive that headshot. Looks like they're going to be rotating sides. Nation already pressured by Polygon, ready to meet him there. This is a really good sniper. I gotta say, this is a really good sniper duel between Kuno and Nation. Both very proven snipers, and Nation's actually staying in that top right position with the beam on him. But he's got to be watch out. He's got to be watching out for the stickies, as there's a load scattered over. Polygon ready to meet him again. But it looks like they're going to be more... And there's the first headshot. Frag there. There's Kuno actually dominating Poison. And there's a return headshot from Nation onto Ams. Both pockets going down from both teams equally.
It's really interesting right now how Sauna Slayers are choosing to hold this. It's something which we haven't really seen a lot. It's a really far forward hold on this far right hand side. They've got their sniper really far forward, basically already peeking into lobby with Kuno. You have the gun as well, super close, basically denying the entirety of this far right hand side. It's something which a lot of teams, they like to keep a hold of, and taking down Alpha is going to make this easier again. No scouts really up on the side of the bus crew now, so potentially an opportunity. Polygon, he looked like he might have wanted to go, but I feel like between him and Ams taking damage, it's maybe just a little bit too slow.
Nation might actually get picked up here. Wow, so close. Polygon does actually get cleaned up from Mappers. Nation and Kuno, they're sort of feeling each other. They're sort of just looking at each other across the lobby here. But Kuno does have almost his whole team with him. He's got the sentry as well. He's got Ams. He's got the heals. And there's Nation's almost getting picked up there, bottom lobby there. And that's a really aggressive sentry. And Nasboy almost getting taken down, 20 HP. But he does get the beam on him. That is a really forward sentry position for Sauna Slayers. I actually haven't seen that before, I gotta say. There's Nasboy put some things on it, but nothing coming from the stickies actually. And they're just so stacked on this side here. Never seen it before, I gotta say.
It's really working absolute wonders right now. You're seeing how much difficulty Nasboy is even getting any stickies towards it, right? Because there's a sniper watching it, they've got the heals there, they've got the gun there. And then logically you'd think, okay, we'll go the other side. But the far right hand side doesn't make it any easier either. Right, even now, they managed to get a little something, but they've just lost another one as well. Like, they're trading players, and now they've lost Nasboy, no demo at all. They've got to back out to lobby. This hold from Sauna Slayers is really strong. Like you said, it's something we've not really seen a lot, so these boys been hitting the notebooks.
I just saw a really good trading opportunity with Poison there into that sort of sentry position where the medic, demo, and sniper all were. I really think if they took that trade, it would have worked out so well for Busker because they were so stacked there. So Poison would have been hitting every target, and I think the Sentry would go down in the midst of that. But again, Sauna Slayer's really just not giving up this position at all. And we do see the important factor here. The Dispenser is level 3, really going to be pumping out that ammo and heals for all of it around it. For all the players around it. And Busker are just sort of chilling outside for now. Going to be slowly taking lobby, but very, very cautiously, as there are stickies and sentries still emit.
Yeah, well, the slower they go, the better it is for Ams, who is currently on Spy. He's basically making his way towards the top right-hand side, calling all this info for his team, making things a little bit easier. And he's wanting to decloak, gets around to Martin. He's actually... Oh, he fought him for a second, but he is going to be cloaking and getting out. So Busker are going to know 100% there is a Spy. He is around. He is doing his business. So they'll watch their backs just a little bit closer. But even still, as long as Sauna Slayers can prevent them from taking any particular angle, like eventually Ams is going to find another chance. He's decloaked again. He's going in.
No, he does get met by Alba. There he is, cleaned up in dungeon. Worth a try though, and Nastboy must have done 4,000 damage onto the Sentry. It finally goes down. Huge pick for Busker. Finally the Sentry goes down. And that's actually 2 frags for the side of Busker right now, but their pocket main caller is actually down currently, but they're going to be spawning now. And finally, Busker have full lobby control. And but the Dispenser is still there. There's Kunu using full effect of that level 3 Dispenser. And there's Nation's actually peeking the left side with his whole team there. The beam is there, everything is there. But Nasboy is still taking a lot of rockets. And a nice headshot onto Ams, not getting cleaned up, getting pushed down to 25 HP. Sort of like a reset right now. Polygon and Mappers meet each other on the flank. And just working with their sniper here.
Yeah, same kind of situation we've been seeing, where as much as there's little opportunities for them to peek and prod, it doesn't seem like Busker can find any angles which are really working. Presumably, eventually, Nation's going to hit something, significant enough for them to try and push forward. But really, on the Sauna Slayer side, I mean, they've actually spent a significant period, nearly 6 minutes on their own last right now. That doesn't seem like they're too worried about getting any active picks. Doesn't look like they worry too much about getting anything to actually bother pushing out. So it might be that they're just thinking, well, we're on our last, we want to play things a little bit safe, maybe just try and run down the clock. That headshot!
There we go.
Taking down Nation's going to make things a little bit easier moving towards lobby now. Once again, Busker getting outside. There's a chance.
That's the opening. Nastboy getting caught, and then Alba just running. Alba just runs in and he's taking a banny Uber. He does pick off Ams a pocket, but that's going to lead to absolutely nothing. And now, oh, here we go. Sauna Slayers has full advantage, eepily. Not the best use of Uber, I gotta say. Only getting 1 frag, and Poison might get picked off here. Looks like, no, he's going to get... He missed the arrow! Martin! Oh. Come on, you're better than that, Martin. eepily, did you catch that as well?
I only saw the absolute devastation in the eyes of Poison as he goes and kills himself. It's not looking good, right? It's not looking good. They now find themselves a player down. Massive Uber disadvantage. We're going to be seeing Sauna Slayers try and walk all the way to mid. If they can free take this, which is 100% going to be their goal, it's going to be super, super smooth.
Yeah, they are actually getting pushed out of choke here. There's a nice bomb from we do see pressuring choke there. But Marshall's been building pretty well, so he's going to get Uber very soon. He's on 85 right now, sat pretty there. But it's such an opportunity wasted because Busker were in Sauna Slayer's last pretty much, and now they're holding their second, all from one dodgy Uber trade. And it wasn't even a trade because Sprite didn't even use that. And now we do see Busker now on the defense. And that's really not they don't want to be there at all because they're still 1-0 down. It's only halfway through, so there's still a little bit of time. But we'll see any more off classes as we do see Sauna Slayers actually working their way through Cafe here. But there's Poison meeting Polygon to spam. There's Ams actually sacking onto Martin, gets completely levitated. But Ams disrespecting Martin, and Martin not respecting Ams for full drops.
Oh, that was absolutely fat. That was crazy. That's like the I don't even care if I get air shot because you managed to somehow get 2 perfect little rockets onto Martin. I don't know. That's a crazy series of events, and it's now going to be another absolutely perfect situation for Sauna Slayers. They're not even going to wait for their spawner. They don't even care. They've got all this Uber. They've got 2 scouts on 1A5. The beam is fully on them. It's only really Mathers in a position. He is actually managing to get behind. He's going to be straight onto Sprite. The easiest rockets of his life. Yeah. What an easy force.
Well
doesn't even matter that he dies because the rest of his boys can be back in straight to last.
Well played, Mathers. Yeah, nice force. Nice bomb from Choke onto his own cafe. But I'm gonna make a prediction, a very fast prediction. I'm gonna guess that Sauna Slayers actually dry push. I'm gonna guess it. They're gonna dry push in a few seconds. I don't know. They probably won't. Only because they know that Martin has Uber. Yeah, the sentry does go down. Perhaps that's another thing. but I don't think they're going to be using this. I wasn't expecting it, but I was sort of hoping for a dive push to sort of like spice things up a little bit. But you know, another time.
I mean, it's very possible in that situation. They could have committed to it. Maybe if they were rounds down, or maybe it was equal, they would kind of start feeling that. There's always that kind of a feeling when you do go and dry, you have to play pretty fast, especially when you do have about a 30% disadvantage. I feel like because of how this game's going, it is a little bit of a slow one in terms of converting significant points. It's a very kind of uber-centric game that's being played right now. I feel like they're pretty happy to play outside. Literally, just by playing patient, they managed to neutralize a 30% disadvantage, which in itself is it is an achievement of sorts. You do actually see Poison now on the spy. Taking up the reins from Ams a few minutes ago, hoping he'll have some more success.
Where is Poison? I've never seen the Poison spy before. He's actually into lobby. He gets onto Sprite. No, he just no chance at all. The whole team got caught onto that little ploy, and Poison gets taken down swiftly. But we do actually use an Uber through. Martin does use this time, thankfully. Nasboy actually again in really nice trade does pick up Smear actually. Nice actually frag for the side of Busco. No demo for the side of Sauna Slayers, and we don't know Smear. He's doing a lot of work. Ams goes down to Mathis and lobby there. Polygon bottom left. Matt actually gonna jump out now. There's actually pushing from Busco. We do see Albert and Co taking the top up position on the point, but we do be careful for Kunu almost getting caught there. No, does jump out through Cafe there, and looks like it's going to be a reset in the mid and second hold here. Never mind. I was just about to stop talking and let you talk equally, but we do see what banner was that? That was the battalions. Both soldiers absolutely jumping through onto Poison. Poison's got no chance. Poison gets taken down straight away. Really nice use of the banner. They're taking so little damage. Just working way through second here, and looks like we're going to cap off the point here and just stabilize for now.
That's really, really good. That's just a great use of a banner, honestly. Like, you kind of saw already, Busker with like half of the mindset of like, oh, maybe we'll have to back anyway. And the second that banner got used, they were like, nah, man, I ain't feeling this. Now they're actually just going all the way through top right, getting that second frag, forcing off this trade, and even managing to get up pretty clean as well. It's potential. They can just start looking to move all the way far left. It's a lot of pressure right now on Naspo to get at least some opening frag or some significant damage if they do want to commit here. It does actually look like they staved off the majority of the push for the second, with this heavy as well. It's going to be hard if Sauna Slayers wants to go for this.
Martin actually dies to Ams. I didn't even see that. I didn't even know. How did Martin die? I have no idea. I think that's behind the point there in Sunshine last. That was yeah, it was behind the point. There goes his Medigun. Albert picking up 2 frags there, Ams and Smeared, but it's a bit of a disaster for Bus Crew, as now Sprite would have a really nice advantage for their last push.
Yeah, it's a pretty scrappy game, I'll be honest. There's a lot of kind of back and forth things, random little situations where people are just slipping through the nets. Like, credit where it's due. Ams managed to, get on to Martin. He managed to kind of find the crack in their defense, but it just seems like maybe Busker aren't playing quite optimally, and now they find a massive uber disadvantage. Sauna Slayers, and we're going to move through top right. Smear leading the charge.
Yeah, they go through top right there. Actually, nice headshot onto one scout. There goes Ams actually really early from Nasboy traps, and bit of a separated push. There's actually almost cap time. No, Scott just caps the point eepily. No pressure onto point from Bus Crew whatsoever.
Oh my days, that was actually such a, I'm not going to say bad, let's just say a mediocre Uber, right? Like, their entire combo, all of their hills were on such ridiculous low ground. It was terrible. It was an absolute free farm for the side of Bus Crew, as long as they could keep control of the point. But hey, I guess they just kind of forgot about the point, and the scout stood on it. So that is a heartbreak of a round to lose.
They wanted to get the frags, and they forgot about the main point, the main focus in the sixes in this game mode. As we do see, good damage from Nasty on the really nice position from actually Busker. That Poison nice rocket onto Ams, and a big one for Polygon onto Martin. Martin's so low, doesn't actually die. Polygon gets cleaned up. Smear pipe onto Mafez Nation, and Alba running rings and choke, but actually Kunu meeting Poison and Nation. Wow, Kunu getting 2 frags there in his own choke. Again, that's a third mid for the side of Bus Crew, but they still have no rounds equally.
This is crazy. I feel like Bus Crew's just trying to prove a point, right? Like, there's like my prediction rate, right, is like garbage. I think it's like 10% or something, right? Just to prove how little I know. And yet, like, I feel like somehow Bus Crew were listening. They heard my predictions in terms of what would be happening on mid, and they're doing it just to spite me. Like, these mids are playing really, really well for them, right? It isn't a case of they're going for these, like, immediate frags. They're not going for, like, the deepest bombs, like the biggest damage, everyone hitting all their shots. It's literally just really, really solid team play. And it's happening so consistently. And against a team like Sauna Slayers, like, serious credit where it's due. They're playing really well on these mids.
Yeah, we were going to see a nice little second push from Bus Crew, but unfortunately, I think the game has actually paused. Has the game been
A
paused?
cheeky little pause. It is
Or
a
is it?
cheeky little pause.
It's
Don't you
not.
worry, Jon. It isn't
It's
just
not.
you.
It's not just a Halloween update, is it? It's not been messing with my game,
Part
is
two.
it?
Part two, dude. Part two.
Ooh, we do see AMS actually spamming choke. Nation is staring down the barrel of that rocket. I don't know if you see that as well, but AMS is going to be nuking Nation in a second. And there's one rocket going to Valley actually, but that has not met its targets. What do you think the pause is for? Do you think someone has crashed, or is it a tactical pause from Swarner's Layers?
I'm honestly half of the mindset that maybe Poison has just got terrible internet still, and it's being a little bit of an issue. I haven't seen anyone significantly lagging. I would hope it isn't any major technical issue, because it's always a little bit disappointing to see a game get affected by stuff like that. Hopefully it'll be nothing too significant. We'll be able to continue on fairly shortly. In terms of this situation, this is going to be, I mean, one of the kind of few and far between opportunities where it is just a clear-cut advantage for Bus Crew to try and do things. I'm a little bit worried though, Jon. Honestly, I feel like Bus Crew, I think they're going to be a little bit too scared taking this point. I think they're not going to be moving forward fast enough to actually still have enough Uber advantage to push on to last. Like, Sprite's already on 40%. They still need to get all the way through second, cap it, get to top right. They have a lot of defense to get through with AMS and Polygon being pretty far forward. They've got a lot of position to take, and 60% is really just, no longer than just a few seconds, really.
All we got to do is just get Nation on cap. There we go, 2 times, done. And then just roll to last. As we do hear word that Mafez, aka Choke Nursey Mode, has crashed. So there you go. It wasn't Poison, it wasn't a tactical pause, it was Mafez. Roma for Bus Crew.
That is not ideal, especially when you're a couple of rounds down anyway. Taking that pause, especially if this may be a situation where they finally manage to string something together, and then if you have to pause directly after, it's a little bit kind of sad to have to ruin your own momentum. But I mean, I'm gonna desperately hope that his computer isn't a potato, and he can manage to get back in the server and not have to worry about too many things. If they have to get a merc, I'll be livid.
If they have to get a merc, I'm afraid you'll have to get a merc caster, because I will be taking that spot. I will be leading Bus Crew to victory on the Roma spots.
You reckon you could do it? 10 minutes to go, 2 rounds down versus Stormer Stairs? You reckon you'd win it?
Yes, sir. I will be keeping my flank partner, Nation YB God, and I'll be keeping him in check, keeping him in line. But I haven't received any messages yet.
I want to see that now.
Quite disappointed. Yeah, tell me about it. But we do have to wait a little bit longer. I wonder if they'll get a merc. I don't know. They probably won't get a merc. I have to wait for mappers. This is actually is this a ploy from Bus Crew? They made Sauna Slayers wait in the pre-game. Now they're doing it again.
They are. Honestly, there are legends of back in the day. Some of the people, they may not know, they may not know how the old ways went, but there's stories back in the day of certain players who would conveniently not be able to connect to Mumble for different reasons. They'd be like, oh, my headphones are broken, oh, Mumble's broken, whatever. They'll sit there and pause for about 5 or 6 minutes, where secretly it's it's trying to break the kind of mental game.
They were in Mumble the whole time.
The whole time. I know they lie. Can you believe that? Can you players lied back in the day? Obviously now, all players are just good people where they wouldn't ever do that.
Everyone in TF2 in the community is morally lawful nowadays. Everyone, especially in pucks, we see no toxicity. We see no naughty language in the pug champ community. 100% truth. Yes. We're still waiting here. I'm just scared. I honestly think Sprite will get the Uber by the time they're in last. I just think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I think the problem is there's a lot of things to check moving from mid to second to last on Sunshine. Like I said, with Soldiers being far forward in lobby, with AMS kind of he's already spamming from lobby, right? He's not really in a position to get too caught out unless he just overcommits like an absolute foolish soldier, right? He's going to be slowing them down a little bit. They have so many sticky trap spots to check. They've got, in their head, they'll be thinking, oh yeah, there's going to be like a spy, there's going to be this, there's going to be that, right? They've got to move through so many different directions. It's just it's just one of those situations where it just takes time. Right, we are seeing them unpause, so perhaps an opportunity if they're going to be moving quickly.
Yes.
About 60% on Sprite, though. They got to hurry up, boys.
Oh no, it's going to be squeaky bum time, I'm afraid, eepily. There's Busker going into Sprite on 80%. Oh, they're going to use through. Can they catch Sprite in the spawn? No, the sentry's on the left side. There it goes down. Smear has stepped the stickies back. Poison gets taken down straight away. Sprite on 98%. Nasper going down. Polygon. Actually, 2 frags. Martin actually getting an arrow onto Smear. But there's better frags inside of Sauna Slayers. Martin does get picked off, and there goes Albro as well. Nation actually picked off Ams, avenging his Martin, his medic buddy. But yeah, exactly as I thought, Sprite would get it just in time. And Nation actually going to hide in flowers, but Poison hopefully won't give it away.
No, yeah, it was more or less exactly as was predicted. It's just difficult. It's just difficult to get that so fast. They were really keen for it, couldn't catch Sprite. It is what it is. So, in all of that, Ubers did get used, but Martin did go down, but just only a little bit around about the time they used. So, actually, it's going to be an opportunity for Busker to try and dry push. Getting Polygon, that's pretty significant. We do see a deep bomb from Ams. Not getting a great deal more than Nation, though, so it is a bit of a 4v5. It's potential to fight more, but the DM on the side of Sauna Slayers, they're hitting it right now. Nice boy, they just got to run.
Really nice frags from the side of Sauna Slayers. Busker only slipping out, but Martway might actually get caught. No, he does actually jump out through choke. What a madman. Mir tried to jump him and try to catch him, but then Nasway said, no, I have my own sticky bomb. He jumped out through choke, and this looks like it's going to be another reset. Sprite with a slight advantage. Don't know if they'll take this into account, but it looks like they're going to make their way. It looks like towards Cafe. I do like they're going to go for the cappuccino route. The whole team is actually here, apart from Polygon. No flank scout, right? Where is actually... No, there's Scrap going for the choke there. No one's actually through flowers, but now Martin does actually get the Uber in time. And choke... Nice bomb. Math has nice bombs for the combo. Does get picked off from Smear. And there's Poison getting bullied as well. Busker actually going to lose too. Not a great Uber trade. They might pick up Ams. Looks like he's going to be jumping around. Nice boy trying to pipe... Oh no, Nation does actually clean him up. I thought Nice boy piped him. Smear actually jumping in through choke. Getting nice space. Piping Alba. What on earth is that? So much damage from Sauna Slayers. They're so aggressive. Busker getting absolutely melted. Nasty getting taken down. Everyone dying beside of Busker. Even Martin, yeah, nose heal for the side of Busker right now, and just 3 players alive for the side of Red Team.
Yeah, it was absolute carnage there. Poison, not a chance, but he's just getting floated one by one. These Sauna Slayers are just going to pick apart the remaining defensive Busker. Stand straight on point. Nothing really little old Alba can do by himself there, and that's going to be the 3rd round now for Sauna Slayers. 8 minutes left to go. It is looking difficult. I mean, Busker, they're looking so good on mids, but every other part of the map, I mean, the Sauna Slayers, they've just got to lock down.
Wow, do you see the BM in chat? Wow, the whole team,
question mark, buddy.
The whole team just question marking. The question mark Busker, and Ams actually said, apologies for my team. Wow, that was so naughty of them. They're really getting underneath Busker's skin. As we do go to the 4th mid here, Smear going to the left side, Nasboy going for his own hut. And we do see Poison and Beltar actually. They're all actually fighting right side. Martin really out of position. Does get piped. Smear piping 2 players and finally getting taken down. So many frags for the side of Personas, and it's a whole wipe. And Sprite does actually get taken down for that. So I guess that's a saving grace for Busker. Really fast mid actually.
Yeah, that was much faster. It seemed honestly like Sauna Slayers were looking to try and rectify some of their issues on the previous mids, where they just played a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more together. So I mean, they lost their medic, but they won the mid and with a significant amount of players. So absolutely no reason at all why they wouldn't be looking to get control of second. And oh my days, is Ams hiding on last? They have no idea. They're actually trying to push out Busker towards lobby. Ams is behind. Absolutely no one's heard of it at all. This could be absolute carnage. He's going in now. 1 rocket towards the medic. Martin getting that surf away. The 2nd rocket. Martin somehow living there.
Wow, Polygon actually jumped in after him and unfortunately did not shoot Martin. I think if he shot 1 rocket at Martin, depleted. And unfortunately, the bombs coming to nothing in the end of that. And Sauna Slayers getting ready for a push from Busker. And we do see actually Busker running the critical creed. I'll be honest. I'm sort of hoping to see a repeat of the deadly crits, but unfortunately, I think Sauna Slayers are aware of that. And last boy going to be peeking through Choker. I don't think they're going to be using it yet. They did actually pop it here onto Sprite. Nasboy actually completely missing this sticky going way too far. Nasboy picking up Smear, unfortunately, and there's Martin going down and kicking him off. Nasboy, nice bomb to Kunu, but not to... And actually picking up Ams as well. Not a terrible crits, to be fair, but not exactly what Busker were looking for.
No, it isn't fantastic. I mean, Oh my god,
Last one getting
somehow
the
still getting
third pick.
frags. What are these players doing? They're just walking on the sticky bombs. Okay, right. Sauna Slayers are actually going to be like, okay, we're not going to push into like 2 versus 3. We're going to chill. We're going to kind of, you know, play with our own Uber, just calm down a second. I mean, it was a nice little opportunity, and, you know, credit where it's due to Naspo. You got some frags right at the end, but it's another situation where they weren't quite able to string things together. Now, Bus Crew, they're facing a 70% disadvantage, and with 5 minutes to go, they kind of got to start making some of these weird plays. Through the flank is where Sauna Slayers are going to be going, but through choke is going to be Bus Crew's route. They're taking so much damage, but they're moving towards point. They've got to play this half. Uber's now just only fading on the side of Sauna Slayers. They're all over the point. Surely the Bus Crew is going to get melted.
Nice bomb from Mappa, so eepily, and then what on earth just happened? I think Sauna says Martin might get picked off here. It does get pistols from Kunu. There's Am's going to be putting up a bit of damage onto the scouts here, but this way he's going to be met by Nasboy. Getting down. And we saw Sauna Slayers using through Valley there, and then Bus Crew pushing through Choke. I love that sort of twist, the turn of the tables. But unfortunately, Bus Crew Scout just get deleted.
Okay, Polygon actually just did so much damage to both those scouts. That was kind of insane. He prevented them single-handedly almost from having any chance of going on to last, and now we're reaching the old 4 minutes 20 mark, and this is where the biggest enemy for Bus Crew is going to be the timer. You know, it doesn't even matter about Sauna Slayers at this point. They really have to start looking to get an absolutely either fantastic Uber trade or just get some trade and repush, something like that. They just got to keep on moving at all times now. Any kind of stationary play from the side of Bus Crew will just lose them this game, 100%.
I got us. Yeah, it's full. Oh, there's a crit from Mark against right. Nice side from him. Oh my god, no heals for side of Sauna Slayers, and they desperately need heals. There goes Polygon getting pissed by Alba, and now they're actually taking so much damage to Smear Stickies, but they need to really focus up some frags here. And really nice cap time. There goes a round. Wow, it's 3-1. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left. Can they do it, eepily? I really hope they do, but we'll see in the next mid. It'll be the 5th mid, I believe.
Yeah, we're going to be going into this 5th mid, and potentially the opportunity Bus Crew needs just to try and shake things up a little bit. They finally found something which worked in the form of the crits. What an incredible sticky from Nasboy picking up Sprite there. Even Sprite wasn't quite certain how that happened. But still, the timer is their worst enemy. 3 minutes and 15 seconds left to go. They need a good mid. They need to keep on moving forward.
If maths rules here, then Bus Crew will win this mid as they've game so far. There goes Smear, goes down straight away. 2 frags for Sauna Slayers. There goes Martin. Am's picking up him. Sprite is sitting pretty here, 150 HP. Nasboy getting a pipe onto Ams. Polygon might get picked up here. It's very low HP, not connected with Sprite right now. There goes Polygon. Nice pipe from Nasboy, and it's 2 vs 2 right now. Nasboy getting met by Scruff on the left side there. And Nation now just going to be starting to cap the point. And Scruff saying, no, I'm going to stay here, and we're not going to let you cap, as we know it's 2.5 minutes left. But Nation, Nasboy disrespecting them. Oh, Scruff actually completely destroying Nation, actually. And we're going to see some choke presence now through from Sauna Slayers.
I mean, at this point, you know, Sauna Slayers, they can play as slow as they want to. Even pushing here isn't an absolute necessity for them. But, I mean, they're about to be getting this Uber, so Sprite actually a little bit disconnected, trying to call back some of his players. Just like, boys, come on, we're about 4% away. Only just now getting his Uber. They have actually managed to lose at least one player, so the scrappy fight and the mid-cap is pretty significant for Bus Crew, but they're not really getting anything towards Sprite. Now it's going to be Sauna Slayers moving all the way towards Choke, and they could absolutely farm here. Yeah,
there's Nasboy getting very picked off, very early there at Choke, being aggressive by himself. There goes Poison as well. It's going to be very hard for Bus Crew to come back from this, and they do have actually full advantage. Martin just gets directed in the face by Ams. Really nice rocket. Bus Crew just going to be sort of do some drive, no, just Alba, trying to sort of salvage anything that they could there, but it looks like it will be going into garbage time here, as it is currently 3-1 with only 1 minute and 30 seconds left equally.
Yep, it looks like that's going to be all that they wrote really for the side of Bus Crew. So I want to say should be looking to take this first map. We still see Polygon going in, you know, he's trying to get some damage on the logs, get some air shots perhaps, you know, a little bit of an opportunity to at least build up the ego a little bit. But it's actually just, I want to say, slowly fragging one by one, more or less. Similar to what we've been seeing throughout, actually. Okay, no, but Bus Crew are going to start feeling things, you know, this is 1 minute 10, they're going to be jumping in Nasboy as well, getting some stickies towards
in goes Nasboy.
Nice, easy frag.
Actually, we do see actually the flank through Choke, and there's actually, it's just currently Ams with the solo Uber picking up Nation, and there goes Martin as well, Polygon, nice rockets, and there goes Nasboy flying, surfing onto the bell tower, evading Ams' aggression there, and Ams actually going to be rotating to his own flowers. But jumping back to Bell Tower onto Naspo. Naspo getting pressure down to low point. And Naspo just leaving there. Mafez actually picking up Scruff in the midst of all this. Alba going down. Am's going down from Poison. And 30 seconds left. I think that's the first map done and dusted.
Yeah, it's going to be done and dusted. And ultimately, as much as Busker were looking good on these mids, their team play all around and every other aspect of the map was just nowhere near as strong as Sauna Stairs, you know? It's clear that Sauna Stairs has had a much, much better read of the map. These last few seconds of the game just dying out now, with everyone else on Busker just taking the last little opportunity to get themselves killed. I mean, at least Martin takes down Sprite, you know? He hits the arrow.
Sprite popped off for crits onto Smear. They picked up Naspo for that, and then Martin just arrows Sprite out of nowhere. A nice log kill for the Busker medic, but they're calling GGs in chats. It's not all BM. There's some good manners there as well. We'll take a look at the logs in just a second.
I think it's going to be interesting to see. Obviously, it was fairly slow. As much as there were 4 rounds won over the course of the game, the first kind of 15 minutes felt very, very back and forth. It was, you know, it was kind of in fairness, Sauna Stairs is kind of, you know, building themselves up a 1-round advantage and then that second one. But it was back and forth. There were plenty of opportunities from the Bus crew. They just really seemed unable to kind of clinch that last little bit, you know, when things are looking good and you just need to get that last little bit. They just, I don't know, the final piece of the puzzle wasn't quite hitting. In terms of looking at the old logs, I believe I was very correct in terms of Cooney getting the most frags, and Polygon got the most air shots. I'm a genius.
Oh, damn
brain. Expanded brain. It's me.
Math has only got 2. God damn it. And let's see. Naspo he did second frag. Damn, that's a shame. He did second frag. So we'll say to me, I'll say like, I'm sort of half right because he did top frag for Busker.
Jon, there's correct and there's incorrect. If you are incorrect, I'm correct. I would like to take my hats, please, sir. Thank you.
God damn it, sir. I don't actually own a hat. I gotta say. Who most damaged? Nasboy, cool, good to see. Reaching that 9k. Yeah, Polygon Smear. Yeah, we do see. I saw some big pipes from Smear. Did you see some big pipes from Smear? I saw some big pipes from Smear.
I feel like that game was kind of a quietly solid game from Smear. Obviously, being in a winning position as Demoman, he didn't really have to go anywhere near as aggressive as Nathboy had to. When you're playing in an advantageous position, it seemed like Sauna Stairs were a little bit more happy to kind of stalemate things out, especially, you know, when they spent so much time on their own last, you know. Ultimately, as a demo man, Smear could just kind of stand there, keep up sticky, so he didn't have to get the same amount of damage, but almost every frag I remember seeing him get was actually really, really significant, really, really impactful. I think another stat to look at as well is obviously seeing the difference in terms of medics. Sprite 6 deaths to Martin's 11. Now, when you're playing a slower game, you know, ultimately, because of how TF2 works, it does end up being more Uber focused. And obviously, keeping your medic alive, hey, you get more Ubers, you get more advantages to play with. You don't even necessarily have to use the Uber, but having the threat of an Uber advantage is really, really significant for how your team's going to move around the map. And it just seemed like Sauna Stairs were doing it better.
We do see Sprite actually out healing Martin as well by a decent amount. Neither medic's reading 1,000, but we do see even 960 on Sprite, so extra heals for side of Sauna Stairs. But I guess that's what you expect when he is alive, more than the other medic. I think Am's actually picking up 6 medic frags, really pillaging Martin's performance on Sunshine there. But I don't know if it's just me, but that's just what I expect from Ams. He will punish almost every medic, so he really did perform on that level. And I do see my co-caster is unfortunately Loki muted, but we gotta, yeah, man, I got you. We can discuss how the fact that process, you know, process is a more generic Sixers map. When you see PugChamp, you do see most of the time Process, Gullywash, or Snake Quarter, probably because they're just sort of least AIDS map in the map pool. And when you think of Sixers Process, it is the sort of trademark almost for Sixers TF2. And we do see Bus Crew readying and unreadying. Maybe that's sort of like a mind game against the blue Sauna Slayers. We're ready. Oh, we're not ready. Oh, we're gonna juke you out. And by judging by the there's Nation judging by the pregame, Bus Crew are keen to get this second map. Nation hitting some big head air shots. Don't know if my cameraman Beta is picking this up. But Nation is just almost hitting every headshot in this pregame.
No, I'm not showing those
He's a
things right
fragger.
now. Oh, wait, he's back. He's back.
He knows a fragger. Yeah, Mark Cocaster equally on analysis is back. How you doing, man?
Hi, yeah, technical issues. You know, it happens. It isn't just the players who sometimes have their computer be weird. It's sometimes, you know, in fairness, it was my mouse being weird, so I fixed it now, and I'm ready to go. Much like some of these players. Ooh, I know. It does actually look like Busker a little bit keener. You know, Kuhn is just there taking a little break. You know, he wants to get himself a drink, get himself, you know, all kind of like cool down after a fairly intense game. But now they've got 6 and they've got another 6, so. Going to be going into process pretty soon. I feel like we gave our predictions before, but let's reiterate. What do you think's going to happen here, Jon?
Well, Sunshine was 3-1. Methinks, I think. Bus Crew will take it 2-1. Yeah, let's give it Bus Crew 2-1. Come on, let's see my bus lads. Come on. Let's get that bread. Come on.
No. This is going to be Sauna Slayers. This is going to be an equal, if not more comfortable win for Sauna Slayers. Now, take that with all of the salt you can fit in a bag, because my predictions are always wrong. But I think this is going to be a more comfortable map for Sauna Slayers. Obviously, like, you know, we can't forget the fact that Sauna Slayers managed to win 3-1, losing basically every mid. They're going to be much, much better on process. And we're going to see it now.
I think you are going to be correct 50% of the time, this map. As you do go into the second map of CP Process 5, and there's both demos arriving with a nice pace, and there's actually Polygon going very early into the Bus Crew sewers. I wonder what he's going to get done in there. Maybe just to sort of distract Nation a little bit. There's actually bomb onto Martin. Polygon's such a huge bomb, but there's actually 3 frags inside the Bus Crew. Maffa's only going down so far for Red Team, and there's actually Scruff trying to commit it to Martin. And it's just the same thing. It's just the exact same thing. There's a first mid going to Bus Crew. Quite confidently, I gotta say.
Yeah, again, same kind of thing. You know, they expected the Polygon and AMs, those deep old bombs. Even Polygon going behind, they were playing really, really well for it. And even losing their soldier before anything else happened on the mid, Bus Crew just played super, super patient. Cleaned up those 2 soldiers jumping nice and deep, and Sphere as well. That cheeky frag on Sphere basically solidified the mid for them. So even though both medics did manage to get out nice and safe, it is not too bad for Sauna Slayers in that regard. It is still looking just that little bit better for the side of Bus Crew. Losing Alba to make things a little bit more difficult, but I mean, you know, disaster, a scout's dead. We'll have to spawn Sniper, I guess, you know?
And there's Aaron sort of committed to Martin, only one. Nasboy taking him down. And we're going to see Alba spawning in 3, 2, 1. And he's on the Sniper class.
Oh, the predictions today. Predictions
wow,
today. Absolutely on it.
What have you been taking tonight? Because you're sort of like time telling. You're sort of like future telling a little bit.
I'll be honest, you know, we've seen it a billion times, you know. Alba, yeah, he plays scout a lot. He's a sniper main at heart, you know. It's like Credo on heavy, you know. And they're going to be moving towards one really significant position to take. If you can get those stickies on the little cross, prevent anyone from peeking too far forward, Alba can get a lot of information, a lot of space, and even with Sprite playing all the way towards the point, he can get some decent angles here.
Oh
unless he dies.
He just died instantly. I think he got body shot and rocketed by Polygon and Kunu. That sort of synergy when you most need it. And nice headshot onto Poison. There goes Poison body shot. Ams rushing point there. Realize that Nation just getting body shot. Everyone's just dying beside the Bus Crew. And they got forced as well. They can't even get anything. Oh, you hate to see it. They're so good at mids, and then they're just shocking at just like these last hold sort of stalemate situations.
Honestly, what I'm really surprised at. Okay, that's what I was just about to talk about.
Another signature. Yeah.
In that situation, that's what was actually single deathing. He didn't have any stickies on lower. That soldier got through for free the second he got into a messy fight and absolutely pounded towards point. I'm not sure whether it's something they tend to do or whether maybe Nasport was trying to get a little bit too aggressive with his damage output, but definitely single deathing there, not having any stickies on lower, which is conventionally the way you kind of hold things as demo. It seems like it was maybe just a little bit of a mistake. Either way, Sauna says they've got the uber advantage. They're moving towards sewer. They've got to be pretty quick though. Martin's on 85% of his own.
Sauna Slayer is actually taking the Al Qaeda route, and there's Ams getting an early bomb onto Rollout, and there's Poison. And there goes Poison, nice rocket from Polygon, and there's actually traded Ubers on the point there. It looks like Martin will be lasting a little bit longer, so they're actually getting picked up by Nation, not getting the flash that he needed, And Nasboy pressing Suez there. Ams might get picking up. Nasboy actually sticking Ams into Suez there. Scarf getting taken down to a flank from Nation in the IT there. Now Busker going to pushing through choke here. Only three players for the side of Sauna Slayer is going to be retreating through choke there. Going to be reuniting with Smear the spawner, and then you got Ams and Scarf spawning in 3 seconds.
Okay, that was really, really questionable from the side of Sauna Slayers. They used Uber towards point. They were taking at worst a dirty trade. Sure, that's fine. If that's your decision, you go for it. They were taking the trade towards the left. Smear was all the way towards the right. Losing him is a significant issue. I don't feel like they're not quite on it in terms of communications. Now they're in a bit of a tricky situation, losing Polygon and being all 5 towards the point. You see Sprite, he's basically playing almost towards 1 at this point. He's half thinking he's just going to get himself killed if he plays any further forward, and as a result, no beam on Smear. Smear's going to get taken down. Busker's just going to keep on chugging on forward.
We do see Ams actually committed in IT. It looks like he's going to be bombing a point. There goes on to... Boy's actually hitting the first test shot. Onto Martin. Martin actually surfs the rocket away and is sitting pretty at 90 HP. And they're going to be just chilling. They're going to be... Ooh, Martin will probably say, wow, that was intense. Let's just chill out for a bit and let's just cap the point. Let's just get a stalemate. Let's just slow the game down.
Yeah, this is a much, much more comfortable position, you know. Even though we've seen a Stelda a second ago, this is the exact opposite in terms of positioning. Oh my god, Poison's in straight onto Sprite. He's actually even going to force it off. How does he possibly live that long?
Wow, I wasn't actually... I gotta say, my cam was not so, which it really should have been, but I noticed that Poison... I was thinking, wow, how is he not dead? Wow, he's still alive. Wow, he actually got the force out from Sprite. So I guess incredible pocket performance from Poison to get the force out from there into... Sauna Slayer's last there. We do see the sentry going up to level 2 on the I guess if you see it from the defense side, it's the left side, but from the offense side, it's our right side. So Buster going to be peeking for some intel. We're going to be taking it. They're going through forward. There goes Nasboy, actually getting blown away from the sentry. The sentry does go down eventually. But we're going to be clear. There's some point presence from Albert there. Nice able. Oh, there's this Poison deleted straight away. That was really fast. And Buster want to keep up this pressure. Sprite hasn't got Uber yet, and there goes Mapaz on the flank actually. We're going to get taken down straight away, no chance for him. I think Nation might get picked up here as well. Yeah, he's just a nice arrow. That arrow might actually save his life. No, he's going to get pistol. Albert takes down Polygon in the midst of all this. But not a terrible Uber from the side of Busker, but just not all we were looking for. And there's Sauna Slayers pushing out of their lone last and be capitalizing and have a nice advantage as well.
Yeah, it was a shaky push. They had a real opportunity to start playing towards point, but the way the players were kind of moving around last, it didn't seem like they were all going for the same plan. They was like, do you play the point? Do you get the frags? They kind of did a little bit of both, and then nothing really worked out. And now they find themselves on the defending side of mid, basically having to give it up for free. This is another really, really clean free take from the side of Sauna Slayers. And it's something which, I mean, 100% in that situation with that much advantage, you can just keep on looking to take this for free. It is actually equal now, so losing Polygon, they should be looking just to play things a little bit equal, but actually the side of Busker, they're going to get on the flank.
I got really excited about it. I thought Busker were actually going to take a double scout trade through IT to onto point and block the point. I really thought it was going to happen, but just settling with that Polygon frag for now. As you do see Polygon in the spawn. Actually, just he's actually. I'm just watching what he's doing. Now he's rolled. I think. Okay, he was just adjusting his mouse or something. I don't know. And we do see a nice little stalemate. And Busker and we're in second, and Sauna Slayers in mid. No off classes right now, but I think we'll see a sack eventually, and then, you know, probably a sniper play. But, you know, that's the sort of trademark we're going for. There goes Ams, bombing just sort of like a hide into the air to make some space. And there goes 3 frags, all in IT, I believe. Polygon and Scruff both getting taken down, and Mappa is only getting picked up with Busker. That's 2 for 1 frags right now. It looks like they're going to sort of edge their way through choke a little bit. There's Poison bombing through, making some space. But Sauna Slayers is saying, no, there's no space for you. We're going to hold our ground. And Poison's jumping around some more. But some nice damage to the point, actually. Really nice pressure on to Sprite. Sprite's only 50 HP. Looks like Sauna Slayers is actually backing up through choke. Neither makes it Enforcer. And now there's some scout one-on-one action on the left there. Scott getting taken down. And there might be some straggler picks on the left here. Sauna Slayer is not quite being in sync right now, and Amos might be able to get out through choke. He's so hurt, he does get picked up on Nation. Interesting fighting there, I gotta say.
Yeah, I didn't really know what Sauna Slayer's plan was. I'll be honest, I don't think they knew what their plan was. Flank was trying to peek and prod, and okay, you know, we're going to go forward. I mean, Sprite had no interest in fighting there. Absolutely no way. I feel like there's some serious lack of communication because losing those two wasn't good at all. Now, Nasboy's just going forward. He forced off the Uber, gets a lot of damage towards Sprite as well, even forcing the flash onto Kunu, even losing poison. This is potentially not too bad if they can get towards the choke point and kill anyone getting a little bit over-aggressive. But now, having the less pace is going to be all that too much significant. Yeah, and yes, really... Smears is going to start walking through. Nation as well. Really out of position here.
Oh, there's Nation getting picked up on the low ground, like drag, sauna flares, whatever we get. And Mafez is getting chased through sewers. Pretty clean take from sauna flares. Really no casualties. And the only resistance there was Nation, and he got picked off like a piece of candy just on the floor there. Just like, yep, thank you, I love that. And carry on with their day.
It's just scrappy. This game is just scrappy in every sense of the word. 10 minutes, and this is going to be some scrappy fights towards second. Yeah,
there's a go sorry, you carry on, sir. You carry on.
Oh, I'll carry on a little bit. Well, with poison dying there, it's going to be all about getting the spam towards point. You see the players on sauna stairs taking the position towards the left-hand side. I'm just going to try to get a little bit of space, but it was Scruff. It was all distracting in the name of Scruff, and unfortunately doesn't quite hit what he needed to there. So we're going to go back to a little bit of a stalemate.
Yeah, I was going to say they were sort of crashing the Al Qaeda. I'm not sure what their plan was. Maybe a sack, maybe a force, maybe a trade, but none of that really happened. Just a sort of trade of a frag Scruff for one of Bus Crew's own. We do see Poison actually leaving his pocket roll behind and going on the spy class. And we're going to see attempt number DOS from the man. I think he's getting used to the binds to the disguise buttons. He doesn't know whether to disguise as a scout or sniper. Looks like he's going to make his way for IT very slowly, very carefully, and in the midst of all that, AMS does actually get picked off there.
Yeah, it's going to make things a little bit easier in terms of Poison getting in position. They can guarantee with that player advantage that they side of sauna stairs, they're not going to want to get overly aggressive. So as long as Poison can kind of try and make his way through the flank, he can start taking some position, start to try and get some opportunity. I mean, if Sprite continues to play where he's currently playing, Poison's going to have such an uphill struggle, right? Like, playing your medic above point, Poison has to dodge about 50,000 different people and projectiles to even get up there to begin with. So I feel like, honestly, Sprite could basically just stand motionless, and that'd probably be the best play at this point.
Yeah, if Sprite could just keep his high ground on the crates here, like we've seen him been doing, it's no problem. But Poison actually on point there, just staying still, playing musical statues right now, trying not to get seen. We do see actually pressure for Al Qaeda there. I don't think sauna stairs are aware of this spy presence. And yes they are. I don't think he's going to be getting out of this one. They're all on. No. Okay. Yeah. Ascent. No. Wow. I'm not going to say that on stream to do that. I just saw Ams. I just saw Ams's tag name, but it doesn't matter. They're going to be pressing for Akita. Sprite actually using Uber here. A nice trade onto second point here, but I think it's going to be slightly better for the side of Bus Crew. Nice boy sticking off choke there. But Sauna says going for a repush. Really nice one from Ams, space in space. And there's Smith actually bombing, getting deleted straight away from Mappers. And Mappers getting pressured by both scouts. Goes down. Martin. Oh, nice stuff. And Martin duking everything right now. Polygon and Ams both committing for Martin there, but Martin just flying around like he's got his own broom. And Busker going to be rolling through choke here. Nasboy going to be getting some sticky damage onto the scout here. Poison actually getting arrowed. And there's actually Canoe. Scruff, my apologies, on Martin. Martin just evading everyone right now. They all want to get... Martin's got a bounty on his head, I think, eepily.
Yeah, we talked about Martin's mechanical skill. He's really, really showing it. That entire situation, you know, it was good play from the rest of Bus Crew, definitely. But Martin keeping himself alive was absolutely crucial. And he did absolutely everything that was needed from his team. So now... they're going to be taking control a second. It's still 30% advantage. If they want to go fast through lobby, they absolutely can. It has to be immediate, though. They can't waste any time at all. And I feel like they don't quite realize it's that Uber advantage. Yeah, I think this is just going to be playing an equal Uber situation. Still, it's great for Bus Crew to get that, but they could have got that a little bit more.
I think they are respecting the fact that it is process last, and there's just so much space to sort of kite and rotate to. And there goes Mapez getting dominated by Polygon in lobby there. Maybe we'll see a quick sack from Ams. We do see that he's quite efficient with his counter sacks. So there's Smear actually going through low lobby here, just sort of peeking a little bit. And there's Sauna taking the space that Bus Crew are sort of opting to leave. Really passive approach. And there's actually a nice bomb. Martin's so hurt. He does get forced from Ams. Nice high bomb. Martin had no idea what got onto him. And we're going to see Sauna Slayers retreating to their last hole with their defensive sniper. Narspoi putting some forward sticky traps. We do see rollout on one door. But I wonder what approach Sauna Slayers will take out of through pushing out of their last.
Yeah, they should be aware, really. The second they start peeking, they should start getting an idea that Alba's on sniper. He's more or less just standing with a shutter open, so it's fairly easy to spot. It looks like they are going to be moving towards one. Stickies will get scattered a little bit. They're going to be playing nice and steady. They should have been able to see the sniper by now. They should be able to see the beam, and it actually looks like they're going to try and take things a little bit for free. Very, very patient. That first headshot from Alba, though, that's going to slow things down. Martin on 80% now. It might actually start looking a little bit scary for Sauna Slayers if Alba can start hitting anything else.
I think he's got it in his locker to keep on popping off. Sauna Slayers, and there's a body shot there, as I said that onto Ams. We do see Sauna recuperating a little bit, licking their wounds. Going to be buffing up their players again. And now we are seeing even Uber's stalemate. Nation and Narspoi on a 5k and 6 kill streak. Well, here goes Narspoi kill streak. Kunu not really interested in seeing Narspoi getting any more frags. So we're going to see some big pressure through choke here. And bomb onto their rock. And Busker to meet. Smear might get actually caught here. Smear gets owned by Alba. Really nice air headshot from the Swede there. We're gonna see some slowing down a little bit with that pick.
Yeah, that pick was just for a few seconds. We had no demos in the server whatsoever. With Smear's spawn actually, it's really, really rough. It's going to be all on these soldiers to try and keep control of the choke point. Alpha is going to be that first pick. Taking down the sniper to make things a little bit easier. There's so much respect being given by the bus crew. There was a potential opportunity for them to try and continue moving forward a little bit, but the second they lose one, they're all the way back onto mid again. It does help them at least trying to deal with this soldier aggression, but...
There goes Martin! Martin drops Polygon! How does this happen all the time? Oh, I'm so miffed right now, eepily. But Busku putting out all aggression as I can. Poison getting taken down straight away from Smear Stickies. And we were seeing such a strong fight from Busku. Seeing it so close, neck and neck, 0-0. And now that drop is going to be so detrimental for Busku's momentum and confidence right now.
It's transitions which are really, really hurting Bus Crew. It's like, you know, if they're in a solid position. Oh, we are seeing a little bomb here just right now. Not really going to amount to anything. It was one of those optimistic bombs, you know? You're a soldier, you jump into 6, and you're like, yeah, what if I hit like the double air shot?
Yeah.
Didn't happen.
Oh
my god, the stickies!
Two sticky kills, 2 traps. Oh, it was one of the same trap, but two frags. 2 frags from the side of Narspoi. My bad. I'm just got so excited. I saw 2 picks. We're gonna. I don't think Sauna Slayers is really interested, but it looks like they're actually going through one door. Ams might be going for a sack, but he does meet the sentry, almost getting air shot by the rockets from the sentry. It looks like Martin does have view, but now going to be slow. Just slowing the game down, and now we do see a stalemate with a defensive sentry, and I would like to see a level 3 dispenser from Alba.
Definitely incredibly significant. Nothing else really matters, especially not these 2 snipers which are going on the field on the side of Kunu and Nation. Basically perma sniping this game, really. I mean, Kunu is a registered sniper main. He's a massive fan. We've seen him pop off before, but not a great deal he can do before they start taking some position in lobby. I'm actually a little bit surprised with the way that some of these players on the side of the bus crew are playing. If Kunu can get himself in position, he can fairly easily actually start picking off poison every time he peeks forward. They're not going for the conventional wall hold where you have your demo towards 1 and 2. They're keeping their demo towards lobby on the side of bus crew to try and spam the sniper a little bit more. It can work really, really well as long as absolutely no one peeks. We see, oh my god, very optimistic soldiers going in. Martin, he gets forced by it.
Martin, I don't think Martin trusted himself in that situation. It's got to be said, he was really making sure that he didn't want to drop again. As we do see some pressure from Bus Crew now going through lobby and second here. There's Poison being quite optimistic bombing choke there, but Smear just sort of staring at him saying, nah, you ain't getting anything with that bomb. Bus Crew sort of edging the cap there. Nice headshot onto Smear. Smear actually might die to yeah, he does get cleaned up by Poison. Nice headshot and teamwork there from Poison and Nation. And this is going to slow that down Sauna Slayers a little bit. And there goes Ams actually bombing onto point there. But he's so far ahead of his team. And Mappa's actually getting headshot there. Narco getting headshot as well. Kunu really popping off right now. Might get another one through one door. No, there goes Busker. We're going to be retreating just a tiny bit. And Sauna Slayers taking the high ground now on second.
Pretty interesting how Sauna Slayers are approaching this. They're so intent on taking points for free that they're perfectly willing to drop Smear there and almost really drop one of their soldiers. especially when you're playing with an aggressive sniper, it's so difficult. They do manage to pick up Nasboy now, but it is actually just equal players, equal Ubers. Everyone's got snipers. I think this is just going to end up as a little bit of a stalemate unless they can get some kind of magic pick towards his far right hand side.
And we're going to see some Kunu still popping off of those headshots. And then again on Nation there, but now we've actually created better Uber for the Sauna Slayers. Martin needs to decide on what to do right now, but Alba and Poison both getting taken down. And I think this might be getting snowballed into a round for the side of the Sauna Slayers. And it's just not what Busker want to see. They were doing so well equally, and now it's 1-0, and I really think that's going to get under Busker's skin.
Yeah, that was almost a little bit bizarre from both teams. They were both just kind of peeking and prodding, never really wanting to full commit with a push at any point. It's all about, like, both the teams are really obsessed with trying to take the points for free, you know, trying to get every inch that's given to them. And, I mean, sometimes they're getting punished for it there. I mean, it was just a case of Busker just overcommitting as part of that trade. The players weren't in quite the right position, and now they find themselves with a round disadvantage. 10 minutes left to go, going to the second mid.
Big bombs from Amazon Polygon onto Martin. Martin has bested all of his sockets, but he's got no chance, but his scouts just sort of abandoned him. And only one frag to the side of Busker. Sauna Slayers picking up 3. And we do see the whole of the survivors of Busker all on the side of Sauna Slayers. Not supposed to jump in. I thought he got air shot. No, and Nation getting piped from Smear. Not getting taken down by the scouts. And there goes Poison. Again, really late death on the side of Busker. Not what you want to see at the end of the day.
Yeah, that was perfect. That was absolutely everything that Sauna Slayers wanted, you know. They had fantastic work done by both their soldiers. As soon as they got those initial frags, they just played chill, super easy. And they're now going to be looking to move all the way far right. Sprite gets his Uber, uses it basically immediately, keeping all his players nice and healthy. Gun's already gone down. No stickies towards point. You can see Kunu playing it, baiting these soldiers forward. They're just getting frag after frag after
Wow.
easiest push in the world. And Sauna Slayers solidify their round advantage.
Poison picking up 2 frags on the left, but that ultimately left to nothing. And really confident performance from Smear and the scouts, baiting point, sticking point, putting lots of pressure onto Busker, and they were unable not to deal with it effectively. Naspo and Smear being slightly faster this rollout, and there's Polygon again going for the sewers rollout. Busker are going for the very passive style, as Nasboy does get a pick there, and we do see Ab1 sniper. This is the sort of mid they're going for. Nasboy getting a pick onto Scruff there. Smith trying to bomb onto Martin, and nothing actually leads to that. But Polygon actually bomb. Oh, there goes Martin! Absolutely no chance. I mean, it's a wall shot, but it still looks sick. And there goes. That was a slightly different approach to the mid for Busker.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it was a kind of situation where Busker were like, okay, we're winning when we play a little bit more passive, so why not just snipe as well? It was almost a little bit. It was like it was a crazy play that Martin even manages to like die there, right? Like, you know, credit to Polygon, he had pretty perfect timing there, but it's so unfortunate, you know. If Busker had managed to keep Martin alive, it would have been so good for them to now move towards second and potentially move towards last. But as is, it's actually going to be Alba sniping all the way back on sewer. There's actually not really any players at all on the side of second. I feel like eventually, yeah, Busker were like they're working it out. They're like, okay, no one's on second. I think we can take it. Yeah, we can. They're fine. They're chill.
They're just, you know, they're being cautious, and I don't blame them, because they really want to get these. I mean, they've already lost 3 points from the first map, but they're hungry for this map, and they're taking it actually through rollout. It looks like Nasboy will be on the crits here.
It's a crit creek.
Yeah, Poison sort of distracting. There goes the Sentry, going to make it slightly easier. And there's Nasboy peeking it. He wants to get that pristine snipe. They've actually used here. They're going to pick off Scruff actually in the panic in the shot of Nasboy going for some more sticky though. Gets 3. Gets so many. And Nasboy and Martin actually picked up from the soldiers there. But actually really nice cap time from Busker, and now it's 2-1. A really nice crit from Nasboy there.
That was absolutely wild. I saw that from a Sprite's POV. He just ticked over to 100%, right? Sprite wasn't holding down right click because he wanted to get that Uber and then at least be able to evaluate the situation, see if it's worth using immediately. But no, the perfectly timed sticky from Nasboy. It was everything that he needed and more. And now they've managed to find themselves a way back into this game. 2-1. Much more comfortable position.
That was the crits that Busker needed. And now there's so much momentum. And I believe they're keeping the crits. But Polygon and Ams, huge high bombs into their choke. But Nasboy getting taken down straight away by Smith. Sauna Slayers are so aggressive. Look at their positioning. Busker sort of have to wiggle in their own little concrete area. But currently, Buscrew frags. Buscrew health is looking so much worse. There goes Nation. Smear getting taken down by Maffez. Buscrew might want to take it back in. They do have Albert getting a body shot on the Polygon. Sauna is actually retreating through choke there. Really crazy aggression from Sauna, but unable to actually solidify any like big frags though. Only picking up 3, I think, that mid there.
This is a really, really interesting approach from Buscrew. In a situation where you don't think you'll be able to play the game and just kind of win through standard play, this 100% makes sense. They're playing with crits, they're playing with sniper. We do see the Uber coming from the side of Sauna, but they only actually pick up 1, and it's traded out as well. So as much as Scruff may want to go forward, he's not able to do a great deal. Perhaps he might pick up Poison here.
There goes Poison.
Will eventually, but the
another crit. He does get AMs. He might be able to get some more. He does want the choke. He does pick up Scruff. Doesn't get Sprite. He does get Sprite. Oh my god! He is incredible. That is 2 crits within like 5 minutes from Snarspboy. Ashley is doing so much work out for Buscrew. Can this be the amazing comeback that they need right now?
It is absolutely working perfectly, this crits. Martin, keep that on, my man. They do not care at all. Nasboy's hitting absolutely everything. The sniper as well. Why not just keep it going? You know, Albert's hitting his shot, Nasboy's hitting his. That might be everything that the Buscrew need now. They've got a big old crits advantage. They've got everything seemingly looking good to move towards last team. We do see the obvious defensive sentry gun, but realistically speaking, it's not forward. It's going to be pretty far back. There's going to be another opportunity for Nasboy to take this team on his back and get himself another beautiful little crit. 85%.
eepily. I'm literally shaking right now. They have so much confidence right now. Nasboy is calling like a mad. They're going for rollout again. They haven't used it. They've used now. There goes Nasboy into spawn door. No, Scruff Kunu got like 2 HP. There goes Nasboy. Gonna get pressure from rollout. There goes actually a headshot on Maffez. And now there's 2 frags to Smear. Sticky trap, I believe. On rollout. I'm not sure how they done. I think lobby actually, yeah. And not the crits they were looking for, unfortunately. Only AM's getting taken down in that. And Sauna Slayer is going to be pushing out with their nice 40% advantage. And it looks like Buscrew really don't want to give this up. They were going to trump out some spam, but they can't really do much from this angle, equally.
No, they really can't. They're just by getting the spawn, so potentially an opportunity if the Buscrew really want to try and commit hard. But they swapped that Albon sniper for a cheeky little Nation sniper now. So as Sprite's going to start trying to move towards this choke point, he's got to be really hyper aware of Nation sniping from spawn. Ams has spotted out so he can get this info, but Crit is going to be up any second. Sprite's going to be on his M2, getting ready any second now. Nasboy is actually just letting them almost come a little bit further before using again.
They've just used it for the force fair, and I think that's a respectable use to get the force out from Uber there. And now there's Nation. Kuna just stood on Nation's head for a second. But it looks like it's going to be just a little stalemate. They've got 4 minutes left and 14 seconds. Martin they'll both be building their Ubers and crits, but we do know that crits creep does build faster than the Uber charge. But I wonder how they're going to take this next crit. Obviously Nasboy, but I wonder which side, which angle from.
Yeah, whatever they do, they need to be really decisive. They need to almost start moving basically now. That's 75% they're just about getting. It's only going to end up being about 25% advantage because of the crits building a little bit more. So moving through choke, they're going to be all about Sprite's positioning. Sprite's already super far back towards PC. It's going to be difficult to get any stickies at all. And the damage being dealt is significant. They actually have to heal up on the side of the Buscrew as well. Even Sprite getting out alive at this point, it doesn't really make any difference for the side of Sauna because they're getting their Uber.
Really nice dry push there from Buscrew, picking up 3 frags there. Nasboy was actually sticking his choke there, preparing for the soldier bombs. And looks like there's going to be very little resistance from the second here. But Sauna Slayers do know that they don't have Uber. And Nasboy has done it for the crits. Does actually tag Kuda. Kuda's actually so low. And he does get picked up there for Nation. It's not a terrible crits, but it's not the best either. There goes nice rocket from Poison the Polygon there and rollout. And Buscrew might be taking this momentum here. Nation actually picking up Ams on the flank there. Now it's going to be 3 versus 3. Demo Scout Medic versus Demo Scout Medic. Do Buscrew feel like taking this on? It's really hard to call right now. And there's actually Scruff holding really close there and Choke, really just not letting himself in. And they're going to be resetting. And again, going to be slight crits advantage for Buscrew.
Yeah, every one of these situations it's pretty solid for Buscrew. They never need to really fully commit because they have got that crits advantage. But that was really one of those moments where one pipe could have completely changed the flow of that fight. If one pipe gets hit on a scout, they would have immediately just surged forward. Didn't really happen though. And again, crits advantage, and that's why moving towards the choke point. They're going to see if they can at least try and take this for free, actually, just based off the fear of the crits. You still see Sprite on about 95%. It's going to be hard to commit to this though, because as soon as Sprite gets it, he can just start moving out of 1, move towards point again, and then he'll bring it to a crits.
They've already used her, but that's the thing. There's actually 2 flank frags in the side of Buskru. Buskru, Alba getting taken down with a flank frag from, and now there's 3 frags. This is looking really strong for Buskru right now. There's Maffez peeking lobby there. And again, Martin now has full crit advantage. So are we going to see a repeat of the previous last crits there? Naspo actually be taking. They're going to be going rollout, I think. For the same again. Might be going lobby instead, actually. Naspo leading the charge here. They've got to be careful of sticky traps, because that could really ruin their momentum here. But Naspo actually crits across point, not reaching anything first. And there goes Poison, not really connecting anything so far. Not a crit they wanted to see. And looks like Buskru getting sort of melted on the right side here. Not a single crit frag, unfortunately. And there goes the whole of Buskru. That's you hate to see it. You really do hate to see it.
Well, I mean, Nasboy did at least get a nice highlight a minute ago. We'll just pretend that crit didn't really happen. That was just kind of one of those not really connecting anything. And unfortunately, with 1 minute 20 left to go, that was actually a really, really significant push. They kind of needed to get that. Now they kind of have no choice but to try and contest mid, taking all this damage as well. 80% on the side of Sprite. The second Sprite gets this Uber. It's just going to be Sauna Slayers just wanting to play nice and slowly, and just basically run down this last remaining minute. We kind of got to see Sprite drop it to even take it to golden cap.
Yeah, it's going to be full Miracle City. Poison actually, that's 2 frags for Buskru. How have they managed this? Smee and Polygon going down, the 2 combo projectile players, and Sprite to get forced as well. This is so scrappy for Sauna Slayers. There goes the 2 soldiers for Buskru. There we go. I'm picking both up. But this is suddenly turning around in Buskru's favour a little bit. The Nation doesn't actually pick up there from Scruff on the flank. Scruff is getting for backup. Martin getting owned by AMS. Naspo getting cleaned up as well. And that Sauna Slayer is really punishing Buskru for thinking they had a chance to come back from this. So there's Scruff gets a back cap, and Buskru combo get absolutely melted at mid fair.
Yeah, it was always going to be difficult, but they kind of had no choice but to go for it. We're now seeing the dying moments in this game, and it looks like, unfortunately for the side of Buskru, it is going to be Sauna Slayers taking the big old W on both maps here. They're going to have some little fights towards last. Potentially, they can make this into a little 3-1 just for the sake of keeping things nice and identical across the maps, but not if Nasboy has anything to do with it yet.
Nasboy says no, we're going to make it 2-1, not 3-1, to make it look very, very close. 1 round difference. Wow, that was, I gotta say, EP, that was a crazy game to cast.
Really, really interesting. Like, the Buskru's mids were genuinely, like, they were so impressive on mids. It was just such a shame that they couldn't quite get things working kind of on the rest of the map. It's, I don't know, it's almost like almost a little bit bizarre to see at times.
Jeez, yeah, that was. Just currently contacting Nasboy about to watch the VOD. I want to see his reaction to his own crits with alongside the cast and the chat. You know that feeling. We're gonna be getting some logs in a second, and I'll just be getting them. And we will be we'll be deciding some interviews in a few moments.
Yeah, let's have a little look at things, Unsurprisingly, Nasboy hit quite a lot of damage. He got quite a lot of frags as well. 24 for 9. That's pretty significant. I mean, yeah, granted, right?
Yes.
You've always been getting them crits. You got some fairly solid frags off that, but at the same time, as much as he got that beam, he got them crits, you got to hit the shots, and he was really, really hitting it. Honestly, I feel like without the Nasboy crits, like, there was no in for Buskru that game. I can tell you agree. I can tell you agree with my thinking there. And in terms of, like, obviously the rest of the game, other than this success from Nasboy, we saw a good amount of back and forth. No one was going super significant on the side of Buskru. It was obviously a considerably slower game. You can see that reflected by the amount of deaths on medics. Martin this time much closer, 6-4. So the Uber game was played much more solid on the side of both teams, really, just because it was naturally a little bit slower. Yeah, I feel like in a game where it's a little bit slow, there's a lot of kind of spamming back and forth, and it came down a lot to some very individual plays. There's only really so much you can grasp from the logs. It's more about the contextual information more than anything. I feel like my wonderful co-caster Jon is going to agree with me in just a few short moments. I think there's even some cheeky interviews going on. Cheeky interviews coming into the old Discord. I want to say Mumble just then. The Mumble broke, guys. We're in Discord. I'm going to say hi to them. We're going to be chatting with Alba and Kudu, our representative scouts from the side of Sauna Slayers and Buskru, respectively.
Hi.
What up, boys?
Hello.
Turns out I was muted, so I was
talking. You were muted, Jon. It's okay, buddy. It's okay.
But never mind. Hi, Hi, Busker Alba and Sauna Slayers Kunu.
Hello.
We're gonna address the victor just briefly, very first. Sam, how you doing?
Using my real name, are you trying to dox me?
Doxing
I'm
Kuno.
alright. I'm alright.
You're right, yeah.
I had to
Confident?
play Process, and Process is the worst map in the pool. I literally hate the
Really?
map, but whatever.
Wow. It's done now. Well, is it next week as well? Is Process in the next week as well?
We were meant to play Rockers then, so we have it off.
Oh, lucky you. All right, good. You're doing all right. Alba, how you feeling, bro?
Feeling pretty good.
Why?
I don't know. I'm not sad that we lost or anything. I'm just
Good,
happy, about the result. It's a strong showing that we're improving and we're improving fast. So I'm happy about that.
3-1 and 2-1. You gotta keep your heads high, brother, because that's pretty good from my point of view.
Honestly, it was hilarious to hear Naspo with the crits as well.
Oh, I bet it was. I would kill to be in those comments to hear that. Yeah, it was
fun.
That's two big crits plays that I get to cast. Feels good, man.
You know this one moment where I
Feels
roll
good,
out
man.
sniper on mid, and then I go to roll out to try to get Smirra and then back off. And Naspo didn't see me go there, and he just see me come out and he just bursts out and laugh.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
pretty fun.
Naspo is quite a character that I gotta say. A good character, a very good character.
Definitely.
Well, Kuna, how do you feel about the I mean, obviously 6-0, but very, very close. Were you sort of expecting it to be closer than the BTS qualifiers, or how different? Do you think?
I think we expected Process to be closer than the BTS qualifiers because we didn't play in the BTS qualifiers, and I don't know, our practice on it's been really ropey. We've not had the best time on it so far.
Plus, you hate it as well.
Yeah, I think the map sucks.
Okay, and Albert, same question to you. Did you expect this to go any different to the BTS qualifiers? Closer, more challenging? What do you think?
I was just thinking it would probably be close.
Mhm.
It's kind of hard to say. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just hoping it was going to be close, and if we played really well, we could have taken one map. But I'm happy either way with the result.
It certainly was close and a really good game to cast. Eepily, what do you got any questions?
Yeah, obviously going into this game, Sauna Slayers were very much kind of the favorites. I think most people in Europe are kind of predicting at least a second place finish for the side of Sauna Slayers. I thought it was pretty interesting seeing it go down quite as close. I feel like correct me if I'm wrong, Kuda. It feels like a couple times tonight there was some communication issues, specifically between kind of your combo and Smear at different times. There were some big opportunities where you guys maybe went for like a trade, and you would be one side of a point, Smear would be the other side of the point, and he'd end up dying in a really, really peculiar situation. It felt like maybe communication wasn't quite on it. Was that something maybe just happens in the spur of the moment, or is it a bit of a recurring thing for you guys?
It used to be an issue, but the past week, 2 weeks, it's been a lot better. If disconnect between Smear and the rest of our combo, this map, at least the last 10 minutes when they were on perma crits, was very much chaos because we haven't played against crits a lot. Haven't played Process a lot. So that might explain some things.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense if it's a map you've not played much, and obviously playing against crits it's a completely different kind of experience. Obviously, on the side of the bus crew, crits seemed like, as much as Naspo was hitting his shots, it seemed like you guys were very, very happy to play with it for extended periods of time. It isn't that kind of situation where a team goes crits, used it once, and then goes straight back to Uber. It seems like you guys, granted, perhaps slight desperation, but Albert, is crits something which you like to have in your arsenal? Is that something we're going to be seeing a little bit more of in terms of the bus crew?
Please say yes.
I think so. I mean, it was kind of like a desperation move. Like, let's try going crits. Kind of worked, and we just kept staying crits because it kept kind of working. I don't know. Maybe we'll try it more, maybe less. We'll see.
Maybe this is the birth of bus crew perma crits. Going old school Russian style. You guys just gonna frag it out to the end,
Maybe.
Old school Copenhagen 2018. Oh, good times, simpler times. Yes.
The good days. The good days.
Yes, we're going to be looking forward to our next officials. Obviously, Sauna Slayers next week. We would be playing Rakuzen, but they have dropped, so you'll be having a rest week. So you'll be scrimming as well.
We don't rest.
No, I was just about to confirm with you that you will be still scrimming, but just no official. Is that correct?
Just no official, yeah.
That's correct. And what about Bus Crew? Your next official next week? Who is that against, if I may ask?
Aura.
Aura Electro.
Ooh.
Oh, you're gonna be taking
Classic
on
brawl.
the
Brawl.
the Eames Laurie Tank Machine team. You got any thoughts about Aura Electro?
Would be nice to win.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But in all honesty, improvement. That's where my eyes are at. And
Focus on
if
yourself.
we end up coming, last or fourth or fifth, it doesn't really matter too much to me.
As long as you get some good crits moments.
Some good results and feeling like we're improving and having fun.
I'm only joshing you. That's good to hear. That's quality. It was very fun to cast, I gotta say. Eepily, do you think we should begin to wrap things up with some interviews, some shout outs?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do some shout outs, let people get on with the rest of their night. So I guess we'll start off with some of our wonderful interview guests. We'll do it in the order of Discord right now.
Okay.
Albert, go on.
Nice. Shout out to my team. Shout out to Sauna Slayers. Shout out to Ixie. Shout out to the Saints boys, and especially to Caps and Kaya.
Beta cannot communicate with the stream.
Oh, that is not true.
I mean, if you have any shout outs, Danish Action Hero.
I want to shout out to Valve for releasing an update literally right before we start. It's
Quality
classic. And then shout out to Mumble for randomly crashing on us. Good times. Well, that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Valve. Thank you.
Thanks.
Kunu.
Shout out the team. Shout out you lot for always doing a good job with the cast and that. Shout out to Sammy Face for what she's done with BTS. Very excited for that. Yeah, and shout out to Scruff for the funny ideas that trolled everyone on their team.
That got me as well. That got me big time. I was pissed. That got me. I was like, wait, hold on. I'm taking the default. Can I just... Okay. And then you join back. Thank God, yeah. Nice shout outs. Eepily.
I'm gonna give a shout out to our team, Sauna Slayers and Buster. It was a great game to watch. It was really, really interesting to see two teams with a little bit of a legacy kind of battle out in such close games. Obviously, Alba and Kunu for coming and giving us some nice little interviews. I'm going to give a big old shout out to everything beyond the summit. You boys want to go to land.tf, which is where you'll find a lot of information about it. That's obviously going to be coming up in the new year. And it's going to be something everyone's going to be getting excited about throughout the entirety of the season. So keep eyes on that. And obviously, Sauna Slayers did win their qualifier. So it's going to be interesting to see things going forward. But apart from that, obviously, your standard daily shout out to Beta for being a fantastic producer and yourself, Jon, for being a wonderful casting buddy.
Oh, you're gonna make me blush. Stop it. Shout out to Eepily for saying that, for saying such a lovely thing. Shout out to my local Saints with a half-price apple pie and custard. Autumn is coming. Winter is coming. Sorry, so they're bringing out the cheap sort of festive pies and treats.
Shout out to Chris Tucker.
Shout out to Autumn Bomb. And yeah, that's about it, really.
Done.
Thanks.
Well, that's that. We're going to be rounding things out. This has been wonderful little Prem game. We're going to be catching you guys hopefully in the next couple of days with some more Premiership action. No idea what the next game is, so you guys just have to keep an eye out on the TFTV.
Well, lovely guys. Lovely game. Lovely cast. I think we're done here.